So welcome to part 3 on my series on my trip to Japan and Korea. So now I'm at Cosmo Square Station in Osaka, about to board, head to the cruise terminal to board the ferry from Osaka to Busan. And this is not just any ferry, it's more like a cruise, as I'm getting my own room, much like a hotel room on board a cruise, with multiple amenities like an onsen even. So let's... oh, the express is over here. So there was a 5-minute free shuttle system service to the International Ferry Terminal Osaka. Now we're going to go in and check in and clear immigration and customs, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so you do your check-in at the counter behind there, and this is the departure area. It's all very packed, and behind is the cruise that we're going later on. So while waiting, boarding is at 2, okay, they said 2:10, but here says 2 PM. This is how the ticket looks like, Osaka to Busan. And we booked a superior room, so it has 2 beds and probably a nice view. And you also have to purchase your dinner and breakfast alongside the ticket, which is 2,000 yen, around 20 Singapore dollars per person. There's a convenience store even on board, but you don't have to get this, as you can see at restaurants on the ship directly. So we head immigration, now we're on the bus to go to the cruise. I guess you're on board already. It's pretty fast. So I had to climb up the stairs carrying our luggages. My luggage is 30 kilos, so that was insane. So anyway, we're room 105. We got a superior room, and yeah, we're here. So let me find the lights. Okay, so here's our room. A toilet here, 2 beds. It's almost the same size as our hotel in Takayama, and we have a view of the outside, a really nice view. At least we got a window. Not all have a window actually. And yeah, so this is the main control panel over here. There is a TV, as you can see over there, and yeah, it looks quite old-fashioned over here, but so far it's pretty okay. The only complaint is that the room is a bit stuffy, and I believe that it is a centralized air conditioning unit, so but there's a bit of like cold air coming out, so it should be fine. So in a cruise ship they call this a stateroom. So we did purchase a slightly more higher, more expensive room. So I guess they gave us a small little treat, and there's some notes over here. They're playing some safety briefing, so I'll just stay in the room to listen to it first. And they're explaining, you know, how to move around the ship and where everything is. So anyway, we're moving already pretty fast. Now it's 2:46, 14 minutes earlier than scheduled. So we're back at the main lounge area, and then there's a cafe. So below here is actually the restaurant and the arrival pavilion where you enter the cruise, right down there. So there is the cafe goes all the way here, but we are going to go to the convenience store first, get some things, and then we'll go head up to the observation deck. So this is the main restaurant area, which we did pay for under harbour, and there is a convenience store on board this cruise as well. So later on we'll be here for dinner and then breakfast tomorrow. There's also a sauna and an onsen, a public bath on this ship that's included. Oh yeah, these are all the things. So you even have a sushi bar, therapy house, like a spa, duty free, a lounge for the deluxe category of rooms that we got, and then the cafe. So there is a smoking area as well. There is a smoking area and a karaoke lounge. This is the dinner place, and breakfast area is a buffet. I think the smoking area is outside, or a weird room. I'm just trying to find the observation deck. Can't really find it over here. I'm guessing I have to go all the way upstairs to find it. Alright, so I found a way to go outside, and now we are outside on the deck of the ship right here. It's a bit slippery, but it's alright. But it's very windy and cold as well. There is a bar over here sometimes, but I guess it's closed currently. There. So we have a 10-star cruise, and you can see all around you how everything looks like. There you have how, you can see how they're manning the ropes here. And the anchors at the front of the ship, as I saw earlier on. And now, on the right side of the ship, you can see Himeji as well as the Akashi Bridge. The wind is pretty strong, but you can see. Yeah, so this is the cafe actually. This is the cafe. And if you go outside of the cafe, you got this view over here. I'm gonna walk because if we're standing there, let me just see this corner over here. Just a few meters to spare, or a few centimeters, which is a meter or so. So the Akashi Bridge actually connects Hyogo Prefecture to Awaji Island, which also links to another huge portion of Japan called Kagawa and Ehime. So Japan's made up of so many islands, and the main island is called Honshu, which was what we were on in Osaka. Alright, so let's continue exploring the ship. There will be quite a number of bridges that we will cross throughout the course of this voyage. There'll be one in Fukuoka, which will be towards the end before we leave Japan, leave the mainland and head into the Sea of Japan. And there'll be another one very soon. Now, over in this area, you can actually hear the wind howling. Yeah, so I'm trying to find a way to get back down. Then after that, just walk around and get more things from the convenience store. Oh yes, the convenience store actually isn't expensive. That one cup of Shin Ramen, let me just show it to you here. It's the very famous red cup over there. Only costs $1.29 or 1,500 won, and you can pay only with card on board this ship. Let's actually go into the cafe. So we managed to get there's a latte and 2 lattes. So one latte is around 6,000 won, which is roughly $5.50. Yeah, so the exchange rate benefits us. It's not too pricey for a cruise. Everything is pretty reasonable. They even have snacks like chicken wings, but one plate has like 14 or 16 pieces, too much to finish, and dinner is in 1.5 hours time. It's a buffet. So I'm just going to be chilling here and then with the view on the outside. The sun is slowly setting very soon now. It's 4:30, the sun sets in about half an hour. So later on I'll just show you a bit more of the sunset, and after the sunset, that would be dinner time. Then I'll feature the dinner area. So actually I did pay $527 for 2 people for a deluxe suite room. And if you want to make it half board, in this case breakfast and dinner, so dinner today and breakfast tomorrow, both are buffets, it is an add-on an additional 4,000 yen that you can pay at the terminal that we're at earlier on, and that entitles you to a buffet. It's 2,000 yen per person for both breakfast and dinner, so for 2 people it's 4,000 yen, less than 40 Singapore dollars, so pretty worth it just to make it half board. Yeah, so you can just see the details over here. So far it's been a pretty good and pleasant experience. I mean, after all, it's a ferry, not marketed as a cruise, but it feels more like a cruise in a sense because of the freedom and the amenities on board. So yeah, it's just magical to see this, the sun setting over here, the sea of the sea. I'm seeking refuge behind here, just as the wind is blowing really strongly. Sunset one more time. You can see the sun in the distance over there. There's that little red dot down there. You can see that is the sun, and it's just beautiful to see down the deck. My hands are freezing, and now I'm going to head back in. Crazy weather over here. Alright, so dinner is going to be happening shortly, so I'm going to head down and show you what the buffet dinner is like. So this is the dinner area. It's like a buffet line and you just pick up your own food. I mean, it's $20 per person for a breakfast, dinner and buffet. So I mean, I was expecting the food to be not of that standard, but I think it's pretty decent for the amount. You get like a kimchi soup, something like a bit like kimchi jjigae. And then you get kimchi, all Korean dishes. And then this raw marinated squid, tofu, noodles, Syrian rice, fish. There's beef as well. There's fish cake as well. Then your drinks at the end. I think people having red wine and other like freshly made stew. So I think you can also order other things over here. You can see on the menu over there. And it's all free seating. So of course do be sure to come early before you have your meal. Alright, so I just had my dinner. The food is definitely a contrast to Japanese food as it's a bit spicy. Now I'm just going to go outside and just talk a bit more about the cruise. I can't go outside until after 10 o'clock, but yeah, let's go out first. Yeah, so there's no one on the deck currently as it's definitely, you know, it's dark outside. And it's cold also. As you can see in the distance, you see some blinking lights. That is actually the Central Ohashi Bridge that connects the area of Okayama to the Kagawa Islands, as you can see on Google Maps over here. So we passed by quite a number of bridges. In total, we'll be passing by 3 bridges for the entire trip. The first one was the Akashi Bridge, now the Central Ohashi Bridge. So 4 bridges. Another one in Hiroshima, another one in Kitakyushu. So for those two, I'll probably be asleep by then, but you can see one over there. And there are quite a number of lighthouses that you actually do pass by. And this is a really good cruise to get to see other areas of Japan that you won't usually be able to see in a day, you know, from the sea. As you do pass by quite a number of well-known areas like Kimeiji Castle, the bridge I talked about earlier on, Korea Prefecture, into Hiroshima and Kitakyushu, and afterwards Tsushima Island, and then reach Busan. So it's a pretty scenic cruise if they had done it at an earlier timing. But also it's good that they did it in the evening so you can get some good sleep and wake up tomorrow in Busan. Yeah, with that, yeah, let's hope we get good sunrise tomorrow morning. So I shall see you tomorrow. Good morning from the cruise. So it's a very beautiful sunrise over here, and I just had my breakfast, so I can just show it to you over here on the screen. I definitely do prefer the breakfast over the dinner as there were more dishes that I was familiar with, so it made it even nicer. The fish and everything, the kimchi is always there, and the rice was really good as well. The rice somehow you know, feels really there's a different feeling when you're eating it. It's a bit more mushy, but it's also pretty comforting as it makes a lot of grains in it, so there are different textures in the rice. They're all complement each other, so it makes it pretty nice to eat. So the time now is around 8:12, so we'll be reaching in about an hour and a half very soon already. So I did show you so last night there was actually a singing competition downstairs, which of course I did go for it. They sing Korean songs, and then unfortunately last night, as you can see right here, there was an earthquake that was in Kyushu that was actually very near where we were. So I was kind of worried if a tsunami was, you know, potentially going to be on the waters around the area, as we were quite near the earthquake epicenter. But thankfully nothing happened. But it was quite it was quite choppy at that point in time. Then like as I was trying to sleep last night, it was just the ship was just swaying non-stop from left to right. It was quite strong, the waves, the current at that point in time. Well, but nonetheless, there was not much of a tsunami that was reported last night. Only high waves that weren't small tsunamis lah. So there wasn't much damage. Luckily, now we are already in the Sea of Japan, so out of that region already. Alright, so there's one part I still didn't show you. The deluxe room members actually have a special suite that we have access to. I think it's called a Paradise Lounge or something. So later we'll just be visiting that before we arrive. And yeah, now I did fill up some custom forms and also some packing. Then afterwards we'll be arriving very shortly. Yes, now I'll be showing you how it looks like. Oh, so there we go.
인증되었습니다.
So I did not see this the other day. I was glad I've seen it now. And there's a coffee machine, minibar, and another area for people to just sit and admire the sea. This is pretty nice. Should have honestly been here yesterday, but it's fine. So this is actually the front of the ship. So for this area, there's even free Wi-Fi on board, but it's only available if you stay here or you stay in rooms next to this lounge.
시간은 10시 10분경이 될 예정입니다. 고객 여러분께서는 하선 안내 방송이 있을 때까지 객실에서 편안히 대기해 주시기 바랍니다. 고객様は気仙の案内放送があるまで客室でお待ちくださいませ。May I have your attention please? The disembarkation time is 10:10. So return your loop key and card to the front desk now. And please wait in the loop before disembarkation. Thank you.
Alright, so as the cruise slowly reaches Busan, I'll just deliver my conclusions of the trip through this voiceover. So I really enjoyed my experience on board this cruise. It was a really comfortable way to cross into Korea from Japan. Well, despite the cruise or the ferry being marketed as a ferry and not a cruise, it still did feel like a cruise because of the hospitality of the staff on board, along with the food and the facilities available, which really made the experience even more enjoyable. And comparing it to a one-night hotel stay in, let's say, a more lavish hotel in Osaka, $527 for 2 people with proper beds and your own private toilet too. On this cruise is definitely a very worth it experience that I would definitely take again. And if you're looking to save money or to backpack, there are a lot cheaper rooms as well, some that involve you staying with other people and having shared toilets. But if you don't mind that, then you'll be paying, I think, $100 instead of the $500 that we paid for. I guess the only complaint would be that there isn't Wi-Fi throughout the entire ship, only in the cafe and in the Paradise Lounge if you did book a deluxe room. But other than that, everything else was fine. So luckily I did manage to purchase some data roaming for Japan and Korea before boarding the cruise, which allowed me to stay connected throughout the entire journey. And a good thing is that the cruise passes inland in Japan, so you're not exactly that far away from the neighboring cities, which is why I still get a pretty good signal even though I'm out at sea. And also, Pan-Star Cruises is actually operated by a Korean company, which is why everything on board is really Korean. Everything in the convenience store, they're all Korean products, so there weren't that many Japanese products, very few on board. And also, they only accept card payment in won, so you just have to ensure that you're able to pay using Korean won as well. Alright, so if you have any questions about a cruise, you can always feel free to ask me in the comments. And over here you can see how Busan port looks like and the city looks like as we slowly begin to approach into Busan. So I hope you enjoyed this video and do look forward to the 4 more videos that are coming your way on Seoul, Busan, the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea, and also a flight review on board Singapore Airlines business class from Seoul to Singapore. So all that will be coming your way very soon, and I shall see you then.